Comparing fractions. Comparing fractions is about figuring out which fraction is bigger or smaller. Here is a step-by-step guide for comparing fractions. 1. The lowest common denominator. First, make sure the fractions have the same denominator, the bottom number. If they already do, great. If not, find a common denominator by finding the lowest common multiple, that is the LCM of the two denominators. 2. Equal denominators. Rewrite the fractions with the common denominator. Remember, the numerator, that is the top number of the fraction, also changes when you change the denominator. 3. Compare numerators. Now that the fractions have the same denominator, you can compare them by looking at the numerators. The fraction with the larger numerator is the larger fraction. That is, the fraction with the larger number on the top, when the denominators are the same, is the larger fraction. 4. Use models. You can use visual models like fraction bars or pie charts to help you understand and compare fractions. Imagine cutting pies into different numbers of equal parts. Then, using fractions, you can compare which is bigger or smaller. 5. Cross-multiply. This is an optional step. For an extra step, you can cross-multiply. Multiply the numerator of the one fraction with the denominator of the other. Then multiply the remaining numerator and denominator in the same way. Then compare the results. 6. Simplify. This is also an optional step if needed. If needed, that is, if both the numerator and denominator of the fraction are large numbers, and if it is possible to divide both by the same number, you may then simplify the fraction by dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number until you cannot simplify the fraction anymore. This helps make the comparison easier. Remember, when you are comparing fractions with the same numerator, the fraction with the smaller denominator is larger. If the denominators are the same, then the fraction with the larger numerator is larger. Practice comparing fractions using these steps, and you'll become a pro at understanding which fractions are bigger or smaller.